Welcome back to the channel. How you doing today? And welcome back to Life Behind the Sticks. How you doing? Yeah, another fun-packed episode for you today. And today I would like to talk to you about shorts. G4, have you become a fashion expert? What are you talking about shorts? I'm not talking about those shorts, not those ones. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about shorts that will grow your channel. How is fashion going to grow my channel, G4, on my gaming channel? These shorts, these ones over here, what do you think? If you've been watching the channel in the last 2 or 3 weeks, you would have seen I have been playing around with shorts, short videos for YouTube. And I've got to say, I think you should consider them. And today we're going to talk about why I think they're important. And then we're going to show you how you can put together your own little template and start making your own little short videos. Hope it's going to be useful. Let's do it! Okay, so late last year, YouTube introduced shorts. Well, it might have been longer than that. Just my memory fails. I'm getting old. Okay, leave me alone. I'm getting old. But shorts have been here for a while. And the big thing about YouTube, and if you're a content creator on YouTube, the big thing about YouTube is to drive views to your channel and drive people to your channel and get your videos recommended and all that good stuff. So if you want to drive views to your channel, shorts are a very, very good way of doing it. And I was very surprised in how quickly I got a huge amount of views. And then obviously as people find your channel, and that is one of the biggest hurdles on YouTube in my opinion, is for people to actually be able to know about your channel and find your channel. I found that the views that I got on the first couple of shorts that I did were just astounding. It was just astounding, and it really did spark a whole lot of subscribers for the channel over the period of a couple of weeks. And the views that I got I think over 4 different shorts that I put out, which were about a total about 2 minutes. I got about 2,000 views or something, 2,500 views, something in that region. And once you get the template set up and you understand exactly how to do these, guys, I think you should be doing them for your channel, because they're, number one, they're a lot of fun. Number two, they will drive traffic and they will highlight your channel. And that's how I use them. I use them as a promotion for Gaming for XP. So as is normal for me, if I learn something and I think it's important, I'll share it with you guys, and you can make your own determination. So there you go. I'm going to walk you through the way that I make mine. I must say I'm in the very early stages of learning about this, and I'm sure I will get better over time. But I wanted to put together a video of Life Behind the Sticks to show you how I've done it so far, and that will get you started. And hopefully, if you find a different way of doing it or a better way of doing it, you can also share it back with me, and we can learn together. So let's go over to the Gaming for XP headquarters, to the editing suite, and then I'll talk you through a few things of how I do my shorts. Mostly I use them for some of the bloopers and some of the funny stuff that I do when I'm gaming and things that happen. But if you do watch the shorts channel on YouTube, you're going to see a lot of creative people, and certainly it's got me excited about some creative ideas that I can maybe try coming up in the future. So let's go over to the editing suite, and we'll talk about how to do this and how to set up a template and what you're going to need. That you have to consider when making shorts. Number one is that the short can't be any more than 1 minute in duration, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. The second thing is that the aspect of your short must be 1080 by 1920. Usually it's the other way around, but basically you're going to do your short in a portrait aspect rather than landscape. And again, I'll talk a lot in detail as we go through in the next couple of steps how that all works and how you can get around that. And thirdly, you must have the word hashtag shorts in your title. So those are the 3 main things that you have to consider when you're making your shorts. So we're going to go through each of those in order, and I'll talk you through some of the things, some of the little tricks that you might need to consider. It really doesn't matter what program you use. Now, I will recommend that you, if you're not using DaVinci Resolve 17, that you might consider using that, because it will be able to give you and allow you to do everything you need to in Shorts. But however, that is not necessary. You can use the program you like, at least in stage 1, which is putting together a short that is no longer than 1 minute. Now, there are a few tricks to this that you need to watch out for, or some pitfalls that you need to watch out for in putting your video together. So you may find that you have to put a whole lot of different videos together. So obviously, as you can see up here, mine is sitting at 59 seconds. Now, my advice is that you try and make a video, especially if it's multiple clips, around the 56-second mark or to 58-second mark, somewhere in there. Because one of the problems that you might face is if you have a video which is spot on 1 minute with multiple clips in, and you haven't added your transitions are actually going to start adding some time to your video. So that's why I give myself a buffer of 56 seconds, because especially with multiple clips, because I got caught out with that when I first started doing Shorts. If, like me with this particular short, it's one clip, then that's not an issue. But just be aware that you might need to just be a little bit careful when you're putting that together. But once you've put this all together and everything looks fantastic, and you can put titles in, you can do all kinds of fun stuff. Render it out, and I do recommend that you render it as a separate file. And then we will take you across to DaVinci Resolve, and I'll show you what happens for step 2. Now, step 2 is all about the aspect ratio of your project. And it's very important that it is in a specific ratio, which is the portrait mode that you can see up on the screen here. Now, I will do a separate video on how to make this template, but for now, I just want to highlight how you would go about getting the aspect ratio, and this is why I recommend DaVinci Resolve. Now, you will need a program that allows you to set your project to these settings. So, for DaVinci Resolve, you can see timeline resolution, custom. So there's a whole lot of presets there. If you go to custom, then I can set it manually, so 1080 by 920. Usually it would be the opposite way around. Okay, and the beauty of DaVinci Resolve again is that I can set whatever frames per second, etc. This is where you would do it. A little cog down in the bottom corner, bring up the project settings, and then change it appropriately. Now, I suggest, again, I will show you step by step how to put this template together, but I suggest when you make a new project that you come in here first and do that, and then you should have these proportions here. Now, the observant among you would have seen that the video that I was about to render in the other software I was using, which was iMovie, was in a landscape format, but yet this is a portrait format ratio G4. How do you do that? Very, very simple. I can resize this this particular footage here very simply in DaVinci Resolve just by clicking here, and yeah, you can see I can. So that's what it looked like originally, and yeah, this is how it ends up. So what I generally do is I generally have a look at, and I'll scrub it to see what is involved and what's kept in the frame and what's not, and obviously I can manually scale this up and down. But the very important thing is that you follow that step 2 and make sure that you have a software that allows you to change the aspect ratio to the right settings. Use DaVinci Resolve. It is completely free. There is a free version and it's all you're going to need. It does take your time to get your head around it, and if you would like me to do a series on just kind of the basics of how to use it, I'm happy to do that. Leave a comment down below and I would be happy to do some tutorials and behind the sticks on how to use this. Otherwise, like I said in the previous part, you can use whatever suits you, as long as it gives you this option of changing the ratio. Nothing different to what you would be used to normally. Obviously, you go to your YouTube page, you go to this little icon here, upload video. That screen will come up, drag and drop it in like that and go through the steps. Now, the big thing though is make sure that in the description you have this hashtag shorts included. That will allow YouTube to recognize that as a short, and it will put it in the appropriate category. Thumbnails for your shorts. You could make a separate thumbnail like I've done in this one here. You could make a separate thumbnail if you like. Generally what YouTube will do is it'll just grab something from the footage, and you can choose that. Up to you. If you want me to do a separate video on how to make a thumbnail for your shorts, I'm happy to do that. Just leave me a comment down below. So there you go, guys. That's the 3 steps to making your own shorts. As I said in the video, there are a couple steps that I'm happy to do more detailed videos on. One being how to build your template within DaVinci Resolve, and number 2, how to build a template for thumbnails, if that's what you want to do. As I said earlier, I highly recommend that you try this. It's a lot of fun. It will really unlock your creative brain and it will help to promote your channel. If you've enjoyed this video and it's been informative, a like rating's always appreciated. If you have some questions or you think something's not clear, leave a comment down below. Thanks for joining us on the channel. Thanks for supporting us, and we'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya!